Good morning, Wildcats. On this week's edition of the MWHS Wildcat News.
Show choir gets ready to take the stage in its up-and-coming season.
A striking feature on junior bowler Katie Stukenschmidt.
A public service announcement about traffic in the hallways.
And Sports Corner with J.D. Wessel and Jaden Covert.
I'm Andrew Pfeiffer.
And I'm Madeline Anderson. Millard West's varsity show choir, West in the Groove, is starting off a new season after winning a national title last year.
The amazingly talented group is looking to live up to last year's expectations. Annie Punt gives us a closer look.
With winter beginning comes the start of hard work and dedication in the show choir group West in the Groove. Although this group has been practicing and working on the routines since the beginning of the school year, their premiere will be coming up in January. Being this close to the first show creates a lot of stress for the group members.
We've been practicing choreography and vocals and building up to where we need to get to before premiere. Our rehearsal schedule is a little out of whack because musical going on, and it's just been a lot to handle, but we're doing it and we're pushing through.
Last year, WIG made their mark by winning nationals in Tennessee. This proved to our school, state, and nation that our show choirs work extremely hard to give a perfect performance. Even though winning this title was great, it would be hard for them to make a show that's even better this year. A lot of practice would have to go into one-upping last year's performance.
Well, being in WIG last year, we won our national competition, so that kind of sets a new standard for every WIG year to come. So it's just kind of hey, I won nationals last year, we can do better this year, and so it just makes me want to improve.
Just this past week, the group got their dresses and suits. The rehearsal on Monday included trying them on and getting them perfectly fitted to each student. They also got a quick look at what they would look like in action. This just made the new season seem more surreal and pumped up the singers for their first show.
WIG is majority a senior group, and so we have a lot of newcomers, but we're all really excited and really determined, and I think our season is going to go really well because everyone is just so hyped and ready to go, and just overall really excited to do an incredible show this year.
WIG's show, Rise, is about rising to the top in the show business world and will include songs from Katy Perry, Daft Punk, and even Madonna. This performance is hoped to wow the audience more than last year and bring our school home another national award. This has been Annie Punt with the start of WIG's season.
For most teenagers, bowling is a Saturday night pastime, but for Katie Stukenschmidt, all of her time is spent at the lanes.
She's been bowling since she was 8 years old, and she doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon. Nick Finn and Cody Bennett spare a minute to give us the story.
Bowling is what she loves and knows. It is her passion, and she wants to become one of the best bowlers in the junior league.
Katie has been bowling ever since she was about 8 years old, and there is no end in sight for stopping for her love of bowling, all thanks to her father.
From the constant practice from her father, she started to compete in bowling tournaments, where she really learned to become more competitive and to help improve and strengthen her skills.
Well, I started doing it for the scholarship money, which helps pay for college. So that was the main reason. But I loved the competition. Being able to compete against girls that were better than me made me become a better bowler.
Katie also works at the Western Bowl south of 131st Street, where she loves the atmosphere of the bowling alley and the bowling with her friends, or just to practice when at work.
Well, I'm here 4 days a week bowling, so it's a second home for me. And I know all the owners, so it's another family.
In the future, Katie plans to become a professional bowler, since that has always been her goal ever since she began bowling.
I'm Cody.
I'm Nick Finn.
And we're reporting for MWHS Wildcat News.
With so many students at Millard West, navigating from class to class can be a challenge. Not everyone follows the rules of the road.
Stopping in the middle of the hallway might cause a traffic jam. Isabel Johnson and Craig Sullivan created a public service announcement about more efficient passing periods.
Standing in the middle of the hallways in large clusters makes it hard to get out of the building, get to class, or even access the bathrooms. It's a hazard and an inconvenience. Stand in the mezzanine or in the lunchroom. You know who you are.
As the season for winter sports gets underway, we get a preview of what is expected to come for each team.
From swimming and diving to wrestling to basketball, Millard West Athletics are set for an eventful season.
We now go to JD Wessel and Jaden Cover for this week's edition of Sports Corner.
Hello folks, JD Wessel back here with another edition of Sports Corner. Great to be back. We're here in our winter season where all the winter sports are starting up. First off, we're going to start with boys basketball. They have already began their season and they're 1-1 with a loss over Pius to start the season and a win over Fremont Big. Giovanni Guido led the charge against Fremont with 17 points and forced 9 turnovers in that one. The Wildcats are back in action against Omaha South this coming Friday at Millard West.
Practices have been way harder this year, so that's good. We've been running more, so just more intensity in practice just made us a lot better this year.
And for girls basketball, they are currently 0-2 after a really tough start. And obviously they have the loss of Courtney Merriweather and Lauren Rongish as they're both out for indefinite times. We will get you guys updates as soon as we know when they will be back. For the girls, though, they have really struggled here at the start. It's just a matter of getting the chemistry together. And we asked Chase Fansteel what it'll take this team to get back on the winning way.
I think that we have all the talent that we need. I just think that we haven't been able to put it together and play as a team. And so it's been getting better though in practice. That's kind of what we've been working on, is being more energetic and kind of picking each other up and not just snapping at each other.
For the wrestling team, they started off with a duel against Prep and they did not come out on the winning end. But they do have a bright future ahead of them with a lot of guys returning off of injuries for football and also some guys that we could see stepping up this season, including Jet Gaines, Levi May, and Wyatt May. Expect the Wildcats to make some noise this coming season.
My goal is to win state, and then our team goal is to place top 3. So, I mean, I think that's achievable, but we're all going to have to wrestle very well.
And for the swim team, they are under new management this season after Coach Stoffert's retirement. Thank you, Coach Stoffert. And Coach Bocott will be taking over. Last season, he was the assistant coach for the team, and he already has that good chemistry with the team, and it should be a very successful season for the swim team, so look for more updates.
No, he's definitely stepped up to the plate, and he treats us just the way Stoff did, and he's really stepped into those shoes the way everybody thought he would. And I had Coach Deacon as my JV coach, and she's really stepped into the position as assistant coach, as what Bocott was doing perfectly, and no one really sees much of a difference.
Alrighty folks, that's all we have this week for Sports Corner. Obviously we're getting in the stride of the sports. We haven't really seen much from these teams yet, but you can expect a lot here from us, and we'll be back next week. This has been JD Wessel with Sports Corner. Stay classy, Wildcats.
That's it for this week's edition of the MWHS Wildcat News. Check out the Catalyst online and follow us on Twitter at MWHS Catalyst.
Don't forget to purchase your Hoops for Hope t-shirts and help support the American Cancer Society before December 15th.
Let's get those bleachers filled, Wildcats. Let's show our support for our basketball team and those battling cancer.
Thanks for watching. I'm Madeline Anderson.
And I'm Andrew Pfeiffer. Have a great week, Wildcats.